And our final portion of this series, you can't lie on the truth.
Come on now.
You can't lie on the truth.
You're gonna finish strong.
I'm gonna try.
Yes, sir.
Lying is an extremely exhausting exercise. I don't know if you've ever been a liar or lied like I have, but if you know anything about lying, you know that it is the most tiring, exhausting, and excruciating experience that anybody can have. Not only do you have to convince the person that you're lying to, but you've got to make sure that your story sounds good enough so that anybody else who might be standing around listening, that it's believable enough for them to buy into it. And not only do you have to convince the person you're lying to, not only do you have to make a convincing story to win over those who are listening, but most good liars, I mean the real good expert liars, the master deceivers are even great at lying to themselves. Lying is tiring. I mean, you just, after you tell a lie, you've got to spend so much time holding up the lie. After you live a lie, you've got to make sure that you've got all of the accoutrement of maintaining the image of that lie. I mean, have you ever lied before? Do you remember when you lied, how hard it was? Every day waking up, remembering the lie you told yesterday, and now you got to make up some other lies to hold up the lie from yesterday, and then next month you might accidentally tell somebody the truth, and now they're trying to scratch their head and figure out, wait a minute, yesterday I thought you said that it was left, but last month you told us it was right, and so it just gets exhausting.
Yes, sir.
You start losing track of the lies that you tell, who you told them to. And what's worse, when you get too deep into lying, you become more concerned with who you told the truth to than who you lied to. Which is why, for the life of me, I can't imagine why in the world anyone would decide to lie about Jesus. Dr. Hines, on your birthday, I don't want to get too complex, but I could not figure out, as exhausting and tiring as lying is, why anyone would fix their mind and their heart to lie on Jesus. Have you ever lied on Jesus before? In this morning's text, we find that the church, the police, and the government have conspired to lie about what happened to Jesus' body. I'll say it again. The church, the popo, and the government all come together to figure out. As a matter of fact, the church tells the police, if they give you any trouble, don't worry, we'll give them a bribe and we'll take care of the government. Conspire to lie about what happens to Jesus. I mean, rather than give a positive and truthful report that the Jesus that they had beaten and abused, that they had mistried, had in fact done everything that he said he was going to do, that instead of giving a report, they decided to lie on Jesus. That rather than giving up power and control of their positions and their posture, that they decided to lie on Jesus. That rather than admit that they were wrong, they decided to lie on Jesus rather than confess their sins. That, have you ever lied when you were more concerned about your position at your job than giving God glory? Have you ever lied about Jesus when you were more concerned about staying in control of your life and situation? You lied about Jesus instead of giving him the glory and telling the world what a good God he had been. Have you ever lied that rather than confess your sins and tell the world what a wretch you were, that you decided to lie on Jesus? Have you ever lied on Jesus that instead of living up to who God called you to be, you started being small and playing small and talking small and acting small, and instead of being who God called you to be, you lied? So rather than tell the story of a risen Messiah, rather than try to explain how they woke up and he was gone, lying becomes complicated because I couldn't figure out. I was trying to. These guards became so afraid when the angel of the Lord showed up that they shook and fainted. And I don't know a lot about lying. I'm not an expert at lying. But usually the point of a lie is to make yourself look good. But somehow these guards were willing to tell a lie that even made them look foolish. Have you ever told a lie that made you look silly and made you look stupid? No, you don't think so, but I'm telling you, if you've ever told a lie, everybody already knows the truth. And what you'll find is that when we open up our mouths to lie, we've already made ourselves look silly and stupid. Any time we open our mouths to not talk about how good God has been in our life, and we start trying to get people's sympathy and people's empathy, instead of saying some angels showed up out of nowhere and they were so bright and magnificent, and there was a stone, but somehow the stone moved, instead of telling the truth, these soldiers told a lie that made them look just as silly as the lie they were telling.